Cool. So when you've woke up, you've tested your pH, you've taken your water with your fulvic minerals, fulvic acid, and your apple cider vinegar. You've taken your CBD, and you've either done your suppository or you're going to do your THC later on, whenever is best for yourself. Then you're going to juice. Then you're going to go, if you've got your own recipes, by all means, because you know, ideally you want to juice 2-3 times a day, and you know, everything in high doses. When you're trying to rebalance disease, everything has to be in high doses, and you really need to be on the ball. But once you're in good health, then you can take the gas off a little bit, you know. But yeah, get to your juice. Okay, then we need to target parasites, because we all have them. Especially if we eat flesh, meats, pork, anything like that, you know. So generally, we've all got them, so we can kind of take on the consciousness of a parasite. So if we're craving sugary foods or flesh or things that we know are not good for us, that might not be us who's thinking that. That might be these little things in the belly. So we need to get rid of them. In the juice, there's pumpkin seeds and things like these. These are good for killing parasites, but there's also something called wormwood, which is anti-cancerous in itself. Wormwood and walnut, black walnut husk is a parasite killer, and you'll get it in a tincture kind of version. And then yeah, get that in after your juice.
Doesn't the fulvic do that though as well?
The fulvic will do that as well, and the CBD will do that as well. But the wormwood's quite potent. And what I suggest with that is have it for 90 days, because you can kill the mum and the dad, but then if the mum lays eggs and you've only been taking that wormwood for a month, then those eggs will hatch later down the line, and you start the cycle again. So really you should do lunar cycles, so like on a full moon, that's where the word lunatic comes from, because they're more active on full moons. And apparently the mental asylums are all crazy, and you know, domestic violence goes up and all kinds of madness. That's due to lunatics, you know. So get rid of them, and then you won't crave those bad foods as much as, you know. So yeah, get that in. Then there's something that I came across in the Quran. It's called Nigela Sativa oil. I've been pushing this stuff hard for the last 4 years. You can get it in the little Indian man shop. Nigela Sativa oil. It's in the protocol, but yeah, look into this stuff. It's serious.
Or Blackseed Oils.
Yeah. There's many different names.
Well, the actual proper name is Kalanji.
It's the Pakistani
It's the
name.
Pakistani name.
So you get Turkish blackseed oil, you get Pakistani blackseed oil, you get Indian blackseed oil. They've all got their own names, but most of these things will keep the name, like cannabis, cannabis. It kept that name from biblical times because it was a trading commodity. It was known all over the world, like the Persians knew cannabis or cannabis. That's how you kept the name. Same with the blackseed oil. So the black seed is written in the Quran. Again, I'm not religious, I'm not Islamic, believe you me. But this stuff is written into the Quran, and Prophet Muhammad said to have it for 40 days. The reason being, it's going to clean the blood.
How do you like that?
What I suggest is just on a spoon, man. Just, you get the oil. Viridian do a bottle now, cold pressed.
Teaspoon size.
Teaspoon, yeah. 2.5 mil.
Make sure you've got a bottle of water next to it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a bit pokey.
You get used to it. You get used to it. Yeah.
Martyrs, you can get those martyrs for a fire.
I'd advise using the seed and all, crushing it down raw.
Yeah, the seeds are actually better because, like cannabis, there's huge disputes with extraction processes and there's heavy metals in there and the soil quality and this, that, and the other. The seed is the best way to get it in. It's potent. 6 to 10 seeds. Just put them in a juice because they do taste vile. Yeah. But if you put the seed that's then encapsulated, maybe crush them, throw them into the juice, and then get them in that way. Also, if you've got a headache, if you've got the seeds, put them in a handkerchief or something like that, crush the seeds and just sniff them in, and that'll clear a headache or a migraine. They're fantastic, the seeds. But yeah, Prophet Muhammad said to have it for 40 days with black bee honey. We can't really get black bee honey from Yemen. So what we want to use is Manuka. Manuka honey is fantastic. You'll notice when you go to buy it that it will have a rating on the side, +9, +12, +15, and it will go up in rating, and it will also go up in price. The higher the rating, the higher the medicinal value. The higher the rating, the higher the hydrogen peroxide count. Hydrogen peroxide will oxidise cancerous cells. Blackseed works symbiotically with different things. So if you put it with probiotic yogurts, it will target digestion and stuff like that. You put it with the honey, it will oxidise and it will clean the blood. So yeah, absolutely. What I noticed with this, it's much like the cannabis. It's fast acting, and for prolonged use, 7 to 10 days, you will notice a spring in your step, you'll feel good, the complexion will look good, which is obviously a reflection of the inside. If your skin looks good, it's because you're good inside. So the blackseed, what I suggest with that is about 3 ml, like, you haven't got to measure it, but like a small spoon 3 times a day. Morning, afternoon and evening. I just neck it out the bottle and I don't bother with the blackseed, the Manuka. That's optional. I mean, with cancer, you really want to keep your sugar intake down. Cancer feeds from sugar. Whether it's natural or refined sugars, so even fruits, so you want to keep your fruit content down. Things like berries are high in antioxidants, low in sugars.
Pineapple's another good one.
Pineapple's good.
Very alkaline fruit, pineapple.
Apple seeds make cancer?
Apple seeds hold B17, which is anti-cancer.
Grape seeds.
Grape seeds hold
Resveratrol are very potent substance. They're everywhere. Seedless grapes mean the plant can't reproduce. It's man-made all the way. I wouldn't eat them.
Then some turmeric. I highly recommend turmeric. It is one of the most studied herbs on the planet.
For anti-cancer, it's the most studied.
We do
Actually, yeah. But we make pastes as well.
Put a bit of clove in, a bit of cinnamon,
Yeah,
and just make like a little concoction.
fantastic.
Do you do acid as well?
Yeah.
So maybe the root dog, so it'd be a root cellar.
Organic powders or the roots good?
I would, yeah,
Roots better.
definitely say get the raw root or make sure it's a decent source, because the one in the shop to the one, I swear the difference is scary. There can be different colours and everything. Really be careful where you source this stuff.
Came to me by box. You can get a box of organic turmeric roots for about 15 £20. You know, you get probably off 8 roots sticking, you probably get 3 drops in your juicer, but that is concentrated goodness. And I mean, it's going to help in so many ways. It's got anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatory. It's amazing stuff. So you know, if you're going to get it in your juice, a couple of spoons, big spoons. Or your root, your turmeric root, juice it, cook with it, just get it in everything. You make teas with it, you know, whatever, just get it into the body.
Does it affect it if you heat it up? Like say you put it in a curry pot, would it make any difference to the turmeric?
I suppose it might release a bit of the,
Yeah, I mean,
to get both ways.
all food is kind of killed over 90 degrees.
It depends how much you heat it,
it kills it, you know, so you're going to change the chemical composition for sure. But yeah, I'd say probably raw. If you're going to cook with it, as long as you're getting loads of it in, it doesn't matter. If you're cooking it in a curry, that's cool, but you had it in a juice earlier, that was raw, you know?
Just don't overheat it. Like I say, if you are going to cook with it and warm it up, just slightly warm it like you do in your turmeric tea. Just slightly warm it. And
That's why they stew for a long time. So
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, you're at 100 degrees, you can kill bacteria out of a baby's bottle. So you've got to think you're going to take out any goodness in it, or most of it, and you'll be left with a small amount. I use warm water and a teaspoon of turmeric and some cayenne and some lemon juice, fresh lemon, and I neck that just warm and just neck it in. Yeah. It's cool.
Turmeric's good, it's the one. Then there's stuff like chlorella and spirulina. These are going to help to detoxify your body. They will go into the juices.
Are they also good for getting rid of heavy metals?
Yes. So the spirulina, that'll help
Probably the
heavy
best.
metals from the body. It'll give you.
Gets rid of like heavy metals as well.
And
Yeah.
gets rid of radiation and all, spirulina does.
Is there anything else that gets rid of heavy metals?
What's that, sorry?
Is there anything else that gets
There is other
heavy
things.
metals?
There's things like bentonite clays or Damascus clay.
Damascus,
They will help to pull heavy metals from the body.
the rare earths.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you guys want a quick one-to-one with me or Doc. You know, once I've finished here, you know, the specific needs that we can kind of cater for, and that's cool. We'll quickly run through anything you guys want to talk through. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Chlorella and spirulina will pull heavy metals from the body. It'll give you good proteins, amino acids. So yeah, that will go in your juice. I put spirulina and chlorella in every juice. Doesn't matter what I'm putting in that. I will put heaps of it in. Then there's things that I like. I like to do teas. I like to do my own teas because you can get so much medicinal value in just a little cup. It's amazing. So the first thing that I would start with is chaga mushroom. I don't know if any of you are familiar with chaga mushroom. It's spelled C-H-A-G-A, and it's found predominantly in cold countries. You'll get it here in Scotland. It's very difficult to find. I've been looking for 3 years and I haven't personally found any. I have to buy it in, or guys will give me chunks of it. But it grows in 1 in 15,000 silver birch trees, and it's basically a fungus. It's a growth that will grow on the side of the silver birch tree. And these fungus can take years and years to develop on the side of the tree, but what it will do, it will work kind of as like an autoimmune system for the tree. It will help to pull any radiation from the atmosphere, and it will feed from that and protect the tree in doing that. Chaga mushroom, the oldest man ever found, a guy in Siberia, 5,000-year-old guy, was found with a piece of chaga mushroom in his pocket or in his satchel. Because they would transport fire with it as well. So they'd light their fire and then they'd put a chunk in. It's like a piece of wood. They'd put it in the fire, it'd be and you'd transport that and then light the fire elsewhere. But chaga mushroom is the highest source of melanin on the planet. Nothing else matches it. Melanin is food for the pineal gland, turns to melatonin, which is anti-cancerous, help you sleep. Chaga is the highest source of antioxidants on the planet. Nothing else matches it. It was also, again, like it does with the tree, it will pull radiation from our bodies. So if we ingest it and we put it into our diet, it will pull radiation from the body. It's fantastic. The Chinese call it the fountain of eternal youth. The anti-aging properties are outstanding. It will repair your DNA again. It's fantastic. And the way you can get the compounds from the fungus is in 2 ways. So when you buy it online, you'll either buy chunks. I'd suggest you get chunks first until you learn how to work with it. The powder is quite difficult to work with, but it is more potent. But the chunks are good, so get yourself chunks. You can get it from Scotland or off Amazon, not Amazon, somewhere. So get the chunks. You can either extract it with alcohol, so put it in some clean alcohol, leave it for about 2 weeks, and then drop to the tongue. You've got an adaptogen, you've got a chaga mushroom tincture, which you'll pay a huge amount of money for.